This is, sorry for my voice. As you know, I've been sick. I meant to record this a while ago. I actually created this introduction module using some of the concepts from our class. Also, just because of our class being more cognizant of the need to really give more background information to students on ethnic studies concepts, and even then like things around language within the literature that we're reading, and kind of historical theoretical stuff behind it. So I created this module. I've put it in actually the Canvas Commons also, so that my colleagues could make use of it as they choose to teach that when they teach this class in the future. It's a really, really short introduction, 3 assignments that could kind of open the class and introducing the ethnic studies and the reason behind this new requirement from the CSU, and then also introducing multi-ethnic literature and why we have this as a separate class. And I really wanted to make sure to touch on the language and complexity behind the courses and the way that they're sort of broken up. So the first is just kind of give some background about the focus of this course, and also the introduction to the CSU and soon to be UC ethnic studies requirement. And so I give them some background. I have that video embedded here of the ethnic studies. It's that short YouTube video I think we watched in our class, and just having them then answer some questions, thinking about what they learned from that, and then reading about the push for ethnic studies in K through 12 specifically, because that has been the focus of most of the research, and then having them reflect on their own experience and just what they're hoping to get out of the class. So this is kind of the warm-up introduction activity that I have asked them to do. Excuse me. The next piece of this module, this unit, is a discussion considering what is multi-ethnic literature and why is it a separate class. This is a question that for me has sort of tied me up in knots for a long time as the instructor of record in this class, and so has usually been the kind of the thread that runs through my course. I'll go ahead and play actually this video that I made for students.
What is multi-ethnic literature? Why is it a separate class?
So obviously it's a short, brief introduction video that I made. And then I have a video and an article about multicultural literature, a definition, how to approach texts, and then asking students to sort of sum up what they got out of that, what they're taking away. Then I actually, the language of ethnic studies, multicultural, multi-ethnic literature has always been really difficult for me, problematic for me also. So I tell this short story. I don't know if I told this story in class, but when I submitted the multi-ethnic literature class that I'm teaching for CSU approval, they rejected it because I used Black instead of African American and Indigenous instead of Native American, and that was the only feedback that I got that I needed to change. I wasn't allowed to change the title, which I wanted to call Diverse Literatures of America. And we're not allowed to include anything outside of really race, ethnicity. So these are the kinds of things that I think, especially at the college level, it's so important to be talking to the students about. And so I brought it in partly because in our class we've been so open, and you, professor, have been so open with your experience as a teacher. And I do think that that's helped me also to understand my role of sort of bringing the things that are going on. These issues matter for students, and so it's important to talk to them. So I wanted to bring in some of the kinds of theoretical lenses that go with ethnic studies, and particularly issues around identity, the concept of intersectionality, and then critical race theory. And so I have a few videos in here that I have them watch, including, of course, Dr. Crenshaw's Urgency of Intersectionality. And then this chart about personality and background, and having them do a little bit of a response about how they think of themselves, and then sharing some of their own experiences. So, sorry, I've gone on longer than I want, and I'm starting to get a little bit lightheaded. This is the unit that I created as an introduction to ethnic studies and multicultural, multi-ethnic, diverse literature that I'm planning to share with my students the next time that I teach the class.